Chuckie's prediction is early spring, because she won't come out of her burrow, so she's not going to see her shadow.
Oh, okay.
But waiting in the wings, we have our new little groundhog, and he is a little boy, and he has been in training with Chuckie Wheezer, so we're going to give him his debut on the news this morning.
Okay, great. All right, what's his name?
He doesn't actually have a name yet.
Oh.
We're having a name contest right now among the volunteers, so if anyone in the audience wants to submit a name for our new little groundhog, he is a little boy, so he needs a little boy name.
Okay, what's the deadline for that?
Let's make it March 1st.
March 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and they just email you at the Wildlife Center?
WildcatWildlifeCenter.org.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds great. Okay, so now, all right. So let's get the backstory on this little guy. I mean, you said
He's from Howard County. He got hit by a car. He was just old enough to be following his mom out of the burrow. So we don't know if mom went across the road first and then the car clipped him, or if he was out on his own and actually got hit. Because the groundhogs actually like to eat the dandelion greens that grow right alongside the pavement. And that's a really dangerous place for them to be. So he could have been just too close to the edge of the road. And we had him through late summer, and he is not going to be releasable because of the head trauma he received. He's not showing the natural behaviors that he needs to run away from predators and dig burrows and things like that. So he's going to be staying here with us at the Wildcat Wildlife Center.
Okay, great. Let's see, what else is there? Now, you said his disposition has changed, too.
His disposition is very, very nice. A lot of times with head trauma that happens with the wild animals, it changes their disposition and their natural behaviors that they would have to be a little belligerent toward humans or fearful and run away. And he doesn't exhibit any of those behaviors. So that's part of the reason that he's non-releasable. But he loves us, and he'll do anything for a peanut.
Okay, great. Any guess as to what the prediction's going to be, or do we know?
I think probably, since we can't see the sun, he's not going to see his shadow. Okay. So that, if he does not see his shadow, means he'll stay out and play, and he won't be fearful, and that, for us, is good because it means an early spring. Hopefully.
And another thing is different about this this time around. It isn't really cold.
Really cold, yes.
Yeah.
We have been up here on Groundhog's mornings in the 2 or 3 years past that we've been all bundled up and shivering and fighting the cold, and this morning's actually pretty nice.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not on Groundhog's Day, but there is a little story that I'd like to tell you about that you might want to put on as a side story.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead and do that now?
Yeah,
or?
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
This weekend we had dozens of citizens call in from Lake Freeman and around the Monticello area. Apparently there was a large buck that had gotten out onto the ice on Lake Freeman and slipped and could not regain his footing. And we called all the sheriff's departments and the fire departments and the DNR, of course, and we were told by everyone to stay off the ice. And we continued to receive phone calls from citizens that were concerned about this deer. They were very upset. Naturally, the ones that lived around the lake were viewing this deer struggling on the ice through their windows. And some of the citizens actually closed their blinds so they wouldn't have to see him struggling anymore. Anyway, apparently yesterday he was on the ice for a minimum of 48 hours that we know of. And apparently yesterday 2 or 3 people showed up in orange uniforms. We have no idea who they were, but they walked out onto the ice, they lassoed the buck, pulled him back to the bank, and he ran off into the woods. So we would like to thank them, whoever they were, for rescuing the deer off of the ice.
Cool. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Orange uniforms.
Yeah.
Huh.
My guess is it would have been from a fire department, a water rescue type of team. So if they did fall through the ice, they were visible with bright orange I don't.
And maybe that was life jacket or something.
Yeah,
like that too.
yeah.
Well, that's
So,
cool. Well,
yeah.
that's nice of them to do
Yeah. But just because of all the dozens of calls we received, it'd be nice to just say thank you and get the word out that the deer did get off the ice safely and he's back in the woods.
Great.
Okay, the verdict is Chuckie Wheezer and the little boy Groundhog concur that we will have an early spring, which means less than 6 more weeks of winter. Yay!